Hello, my name is Cody Jennings. I am the owner of JigMasters.com, and I would like to welcome everybody to the first episode of JigMastersTV. So on our first episode of JigMastersTV, we're going to be going over how to use our JigMasters signature pivot heads. We're going to first go over how to rig them, and then we're also going to go do some on-the-water demos of fishing riprap banks and also fishing shallow water docks. As I previously said, we are first going to go over how to properly rig our JigMasters signature pivot head. This being our pivot head jig here. And then right next to it is our preferred trailer for this, being a 4-inch Berkeley chigger crawl. So the first thing on how this design is different than what's out on the market is, instead of having this hook jointed straight to the wire form in that lead, we actually use a split ring to separate it. And what that does is allows the hook to have a lot more movement than the other versions of pivot heads out there. And then also using a screw lock, as you can see right here, it's going to allow you to keep your jig trailers on a lot longer and stop wasting so much money on a bunch of soft plastics. So the first thing you want to do is you want to grab your pivot head and then grab your jig trailer, and you're going to use that center pin screw lock right in the center there and then get it to those threads, and then you're just going to twist it just like you would do a screw or a bolt right till you get almost to the eyelet of the hook, which will then give you this kind of setup. And then from there, you rig it just like you would a normal Texas rigged worm or soft plastic, whatever. You're going to find where the hook bottoms out against the lure, and then that's right where you're going to want to poke through, just like so. And then right there you have it. These pivot heads, even when you do snag them up, typically all you have to do is quick add tension and then immediately either open your spool or release that tension, and that head will fall right down the hook shank and a lot of times knock it out of that snag. That's one of the big reasons I like throwing these. You don't lose near as many. Hello everybody, we are officially on the water here, and right now basically what we're using is we're using our JigMasters pivot head jig. And we essentially fish it similar to a crankbait. We're going to cast it, let it get to the bottom real quick, and just slowly reel so you're just bouncing in and out of rocks. And that head allows that hook to just move free, so you typically don't snag much, and then it creates a lot of action in the water. So typically what I try to do is I try to find riprap banks to fish these on and make parallel casts to up to 45-degree casts if they're hanging out a little bit deeper water. So as simple as this. Cast, let it sit real quick, and just gradually reel it back, and you'll see your rod tip go in and out, and this is where you're banging on those rocks. Hopefully we get into them today, and stay tuned.
Yeah, I don't think I've hooked a fish for that one yet. Yeah, right? What's that? Oh, right. Yep, I'm holding on the horn. Ooh, nice back. Got a little belly on it. big. Doubled up.
Oh, get in the boat.
Doubled up. Oh, there's another one following it. That's
Another
unreal.
nice fish.
Yeah.
So right now we've actually transitioned to coming off of the Riprap banks, and we're now fishing some docks. And once again, we're sticking with the pivot head. There's a lot of still gravel on the bottom, and basically you're just fishing it like you would a normal skirted jig or such, and fishing it the same way. Let it get to the bottom and bring it right down the edge of the dog post. They're scary, man. I mean,
They are.
When they do that.
That one I caught on cold water was freaking long.
There's one. Oh God, my drag first.
Ah,
Dog post, dog post, dog post.
He's a bulldog. Yeah, he is.
God, you feel heavy. That chunky guy?
Yeah. Nice fish. Holy cow. You should, yeah. This side is whole big. Better so than the other side. Yeah. That's all that's really happened on this side. He's
All right, there's a good one.
He's a little nicer.
Oh, storming to me. Wow. Big one. Oh, yeah.
Storming to me.
Man. Fish raced at me. Oh. And that's why you use our pivot head. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed our on the water demo. The couple key points here I really want to touch on is making parallel cast to riprap banks or dock post and letting that pivot head get to the bottom. With a nice slow retrieve, that pivot head's going to bounce in and out of rocks, and the jig trailer behind it's going to be moving all over the place, creating a lot of action. And that's when you're really going to catch most of your fish. So I hope this video helps everybody, and when in doubt, get the jig out.